Welcome back to Front Mission 2, and once you've actually done all 4 training sessions and you have spoken to Ace to make sure that you have maximum intelligence level being at level 4 and gotten all the actual cash bonuses, what we're going to do now is make some minor equipment adjustments down at the warehouse, and then we're going to max out 6 Baliol CPUs. So go to the shop and then go to setup. Because when you first start the game out, you don't have a lot of money, so you really need to utilize what you have, since you don't really get higher level equipment for a little while. So we're just going to stick that Jury EX on Bounder for Ash. We're going to do that, and then we're going to stroll all the way down to Rocky. And what we're going to do for Rocky, since they don't have any knuckle items just yet, we're just going to give him another hard rod so he can at least start leveling up melee before we find, the actual knuckles and spiked knuckles and things like that. Next, what you're going to do is go down to Roswell. Now, for Roswell, all you're going to do is give him another Plover M2 missile launcher on the right shoulder. That's all you're going to do for him. Now that those are finished, what I need to stress now is the importance of CPUs. If you don't have a good CPU, you're not going to hit the enemy. You're not going to maximize the use of your skills. So you're going to go over here to computer, and you're going to buy 6 of these Baliols. That's just how it's pronounced, Baliol. You're going to buy 6 of them. And we're going to adjust those later. Now we're going to go to overclock. And we're going to do them all the way and max them out. You'll notice we have barely any money left. That's just how the game is. You got to do the grind and max out his Mafia soldiers so then you can have enough money to straight buy and do what you need. Now we're going to go to exit and we're going to go to setup in this warehouse. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to start equipping all of the Baliol computers and doing them to the settings that make the most sense for that particular character. So Ash, we know Ash is all short range, and I've already compared this to the other CPU. This is the best one right now in the game compared to the other one, so just go with the Baliol like I said. Now you're going to switch it to mode 3 because that's really going to bring the short range skill up. You notice it also buffs long range. Pretty good CPU to overclock early on, not that bad. There's better stuff as the game progresses, but it's a really good one. And now we're going to load up the Baliol 4 into Joyce here. And we're going to switch that also over to mode 3 for Joyce, because it already buffs long, but he needed a short buff since he was, it's a shotgun. He was maybe struggling a little bit, not so much, but, having short and long buffed is always a good thing. Now, Amiya, by default, of course, you're going to want to stick her on mode 3, like pretty much everybody's getting, just the way the stats are buffed on this CPU. And she's all short range anyway, so 12 points on an early CPU in a short range, pretty awesome. Thomas, the way Thomas is set up, he's not going to get the Yana Wanzer until later in the game after a scripted mission takes place. So this CPU is going to do a great job. We're going to load another Baliol on him, and then we are going to switch it to mode 2, because as you can see, that maxes melee to 12. 15 is the max, but right now the maximum we can get is 12, and it's got, 7 points in a long, so that's really good. So we're going to put that on Thomas. And now what we're going to do for Rocky, once again, load the CPU up, another Baliol 4, and then we're going to stick that to mode 2, just like we did for Thomas, as that's for melee and long. I'm going to double take real quick just to reassure you. Alright, melee at 12, long at 7. See, we did the same thing for Thomas. Now we're going to go down to Roswell, and we're going to load in the last Baliol 4 CPU that we overclocked and spent all of our money on for everybody. And he's going to get mode 3 for short and long range skill. That's really all you can do for these guys right now, just some very minor equipment updates, and then you max out the CPU systems through overclocking in the shop. That's really all you can do at this point, and rather than just make this a short upgrade video, I thought I would do that introduction and take care of upgrades, and now we're going to go directly do the truck escort mission Yep, we're ready. Alright, now starts the next mission of the game, Downtown Dhaka. And now it's going to show you the route that the truck is going to take. And now it's going to ask you how you want the AI to actually behave that you trained. Alright, now what you want to do for this particular mission is you want them to become a decoy. So that way they'll take the heat off the convoy and off you, and they'll also help you in combat. And now how close should you be to the enemy before we attack? 7 squares around. You always want to choose 7 squares around because that'll make them constantly active seeking out the enemy. And you always want to have them prioritize HP. And you want to tell them to focus on unit with a lot of HP. And always have them counterattack. Always say you can fight back. Alright, now as far as formation, here's what you want to do. Given the modifications we made and updating the CPUs for everyone, that's going to give us an advantage overall. So we're going to have Thomas and Rocky up front as melee. And then what we're going to do is have that followed by Roswell and Joyce. And you'll understand why later. And now what we're going to do is pretty much stick, I guess maybe we'll have Amia help the Berg Samity guys on the right there. So we'll stick her over there. And then I guess what we'll do is have Ash escort the truck. As Ash is probably going to get more action in later missions anyway. I don't think we'll see Amia for a while once, the storyline stuff goes down. And like any other time, save your game if you're feeling a bit nervous and you don't know anything. By the way, this is mission 3 in the game. So what you're going to do is pretty much just start moving everybody forward. Well, almost everybody. You got Thomas and Rocky moving up there. Have Roswell and Joyce follow. And the reason why is because they're long range, so they're going to help with these guys in the center. And the reason for that is it's going to take them time to move up there anyway, because they've both got a lot of missiles. And pretty much Thomas and Rocky, along with these two guys, are going to deal with these initial tanks, and then they're going to break off and start to deal with these guys over here that are hanging around the warehouse. Now, what's going to happen with Ash right here? Ash is going to start moving with the truck, and Amiya is going to start pushing over that way to help with these, you know, long-range hostiles over here. The missile launcher vehicle you're seeing up there, and the additional tanks. And now he's going to ask you another question. Who should I heal? You always want to select yourself, because I've found that if you select anything else, he's going to get confused, he's going to move the wrong way, he's not going to know what to do. So always have him heal himself. So select yourself. When should I retreat? You want to go down to select below 20% HP. And that's the end of that mumbo jumbo. That's all finished. Another thing, a little bit of insight about this game, since it is a turn-based mech RPG where you move everybody around. Think of it as like a big old chessboard, but with mechs and missiles and all kinds of other crazy stuff. You need to know how to move around and what you're going to do, and use tactics based upon your squad and what equipment you have. And grinding is obviously a thing in this game as well. It's just another part of being an RPG. So I'm just going to move up there, and you keep Ash moving with the truck. Like, he's slower anyway. Like, he has, I think, just enough movement speed to where it's not going to bother, you know, it's not going to slow us down or anything. And what you're going to do is take Joyce, and you're going to attack this guy way in the back. Looks like he hit the treads. That got him some long XP. And you're going to take Roswell. Have him fire a missile at the next target, which ended up being the same one far in the back. I left him on 1 HP. Unbelievable. You couldn't have taken him out, bro. Come on. Alright, well, there's no sense on leaving a target with 1 HP, so here's what we're going to do. We're just going to attack him with Thomas. Because, I mean, it would have just been another gun shooting at us. We don't want that. And then we're going to have Rocky here attack the commander. That's a dead commander now. Oh, looks like Ace is getting hammered. That's no good. Alright, so now what we're gonna do, have Thomas attack this guy right here, this tank. And it's like we got a faint critical combo chain there. Thomas has got him. Up moves Rocky. And then we're going to have these guys start to move up the street there. There you go. Joyce and Roswell. Ash is on truck duty, so it'll continue to move forward. And what Amiya is going to do is just come right down here and blast this guy. That'll take some much needed heat off of Ace. And it's kind of unfortunate Ace got damaged that fast, like, in the early part of the mission. Like, usually that doesn't happen, and it's one of his other guys that takes the hit. But I guess that's RNG in Front Mission 2 for you. You really don't know what's going to happen. So we're going to have Thomas and Rocky move up that way. Let's get Joyce and Roswell starting to line up with each other right like that. Ash is going to constantly move with the truck, and Amiya is going to push forward with these guys. Alright, keep it moving. Let's see, based upon the enemy's position, I don't know. I think Thomas and Rocky should be able to take those guys out, but I want to have some missile support for them just in case. So just in case, we're going to move these two up and around that way. Ash is still going to, you know, move with the truck. And Amiya's going to wait a little bit for these guys to catch up. So I'm going to position her right here. There we go. Another thing to note about this mission, if you kill all the enemies, it'll end early. Come on, Amiya, get him. Oh, she got a combo. And she just took him out in one turn, everybody. Look at that. Alright, now the legs first skill, it's going to shoot the legs first. That is useful if you want to use it in combination with the surrender call skill, which you get later on with Thomas and Ash once you get their honor really high by killing a lot of enemies. But We're not going to need that for her. That's just an added detail for your information. And now we're going to move over to Rocky. And what Rocky's going to do is just come right up here. Thomas is going to move right behind him. I'm going to move him like right here. Right here just to be safe. And we're going to put Roswell right next to him. Ash is going to move with the truck as always. And I'm going to move Amiya up right here. Oh my god. Rocky just totally criticaled that guy in the face. And he leveled up his skill too. He even unlocked Heat Blow. That's awesome. But I mean, we're going to put him on Knuckles soon anyway, so just equip that. Awesome job, Rocky. Let's see what happens next. Oh, is he going for it again? He totally disarmed that guy. Knocked one out by himself and then just disarmed another. Is he gonna get two in one turn on a counterattack? Is he gonna knock out two foes? Is he gonna do it? He did it. Wow, he actually did it. Rocky putting in the work like Thomas does. That was awesome. Wow. Okay, well, now that that's taken care of, I guess we don't need any long-range support over here. Let's just have Thomas finish up on this guy. Need to get some XP for Thomas. I mean, Rocky just destroyed those guys. I can't even believe it. Oh, the first skill. That's a really good skill to have for melee. I mean, I think it works for melee, but I know for sure it works for, like, you know, fisticuffs, like Knuckles. Or Bladed Knuckles. So you obviously want to put that on him. We're just going to bring back Roswell and Joyce and see if we can get them some XP with those guys over there. They're going to just link up with the main division. And that guy's not going to hurt anybody. Both of his arms are friggin' gone, so Thomas can just finish him. We're going to have... Actually, no. We're going to make a strategic move here. We're going to have Amiya get rid of this annoying repairman. That was a bit of a long turn there. I thought I was gonna fall asleep over here. All right, Thomas, finish him off. All right, that nets Thomas a little bit more XP for melee. Nice. And we're gonna see if we can get some missile play in here. Yes, yes, we can. That was a nice hit. Alright, and we're going to have you hit this guy right over here. Another nice hit right there. Shame you didn't take him down. That would have been a lot of XP. And I'm pretty sure those Berg guys will be able to finish him. Like, he's in bad shape. We're going to see if Amiya can take this guy down. And she did. She just went right for the face. Don't bother equipping Dash. It's a horrible skill because there's too many limiters on it. It's really not even worth your time. So just put it away. And just keep moving Ash along with the truck. Alright, just keep moving Ash with the truck as per the usual. Keep moving these guys forward. He's going to have to move around that next turn anyway. Let's just stick him right behind Ace there. Move Amiya forward. And move Rocky forward just because. And position Amiya right there. Alright, so we got like, looks like 4 enemies left on the board. The mission might actually end before the bombers arrive, but I don't know, we'll see. We'll see about that. Where's Joyce? There's Joyce. See if he can take a pot shot. Yes, he can. Nice hit, Joyce. Right in the face. Alright, now we're going to move Amiya forward. Looks like Ace is in a lot of trouble. No, he's blocking it. I mean, he can't really retreat with his legs blown. Oh, they got him. Let's go ahead and see if Roswell can take a pot shot at one of those guys. Can you? Yes, you can. Hit both of them if you wanted to, but we're going to hit the far guy. Oh, they're really hitting the torso today. But they really are. Alright, well, let's see if we can save Ace. We're going to position ourselves between these two mechs. And we're going to attack this guy in the Calm 400S. End up taking him out in one turn. Awesome. One go with one mech. I think Ace is gonna die. Oh my god, he's hanging out with like 3 HP. And Amiya just blew all that guy's shit up. Oh, she just got the lucky skill. Okay. Yeah, we'll throw that on. Actually, I might take that off. Might take that one off there. Never mind, the bombers arrived. We're almost done, though. You'd better run away. Yeah, Ace would never make it out alive with how badly damaged he is. So let's see if we can finish off these hostiles in one more go. And I think Joyce can hit that guy with the missile. You got one missile left. Can you take him out? Can you hit him? He did. Alright, now the mission should end once we kill this guy. It should anyway. I think if I remember correctly, it does. Yep, there it is. And we got a very nice bonus for knocking all of them out, and almost 6,000 credits for our hard work. And now we are off to Dhaka Dai. And now we're sucked into more story dialogue, even though the mission's over. That's just how the game is, unfortunately. And look at those big old bottles of wine and stuff over there. That looks awesome. Alright, so there you have it. That's the end of that mission and all the dialogue we just got sucked into. And now there's even more dialogue. Unfortunately, when I was just trying to go to save my game. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's go to the arena. You guys have fun. I just want to save my game here. As you can see, there's a lot that goes on in this game, and I skipped a little dialogue there, but, you know, whatever. As you're playing through, you'll see it too, so see you on the next one.